Hello, Tigers! Composed of the courageous and impulsive Korra, the brothers Mako and Bolin, and the ingenious Asami Sado. Like Avatar Aang before her, Korra learned to master the elements with various teachers, the most important of whom is Tenzin, son of Avatar Aang. Tenzin leads a new generation of airbenders, and is dedicated to rebuilding the air nomads. Additionally, he is a counselor for Republic City, and has the mission of teaching Korra to airbend and connect with her spiritual side. In today's video, we will uncover the untold truth about him. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Let's go! Tenzin is an air nomad and former counselor of Republic City. Married to Pema, he is the father of Jinora, Ikki, Milo, and Rohan. As the youngest son of Avatar Aang and Katara, Tenzin carries a great responsibility to protect the next Avatar and continue the legacy of the air nomads. He has always shown himself to be a serious and calm man, dedicated to preserving the air nomads' culture. His life changes when Korra moves to the air temple to learn airbending. As Korra's mentor, his patience is often tested, but he realizes they both have much to learn from each other. Tenzin has 4 children with his wife Pema, 2 daughters, Jinora and Ikki, and 2 sons, Milo and Rohan. He is 51 years old at the start of The Legend of Korra, and is the youngest of Avatar Aang's 3 children. Being the only one of Aang's children born with airbending abilities, Tenzin was extensively trained by his father in all aspects of airbending. After Aang's death, Tenzin was the only airbending master in the world. In combat, Tenzin is strong enough to create powerful air blasts that can topple mecha tanks, and successfully fought against Zahir, a proficient airbender. Tenzin lives with his family on Air Temple Island, a small island off the coast of Republic City in Yue Bay. Built by Avatar Aang, the island is also home to the Air Acolytes, a group dedicated to preserving air nomad culture and traditions, as well as colonies of flying bison and winged lemurs with ringed tails. The harmonic convergence of 100 to 71 AG was a crucial event in Tenzin's life. After this event, many people across the Earth Kingdom suddenly developed the ability to airbend. As Aang's son, the last airbender, Tenzin took on the responsibility of training these new airbenders, helping to restore the Air Nation. He became the main figure of the new Air Nation, representing it in global affairs. However, this also led to conflicts, such as when he helped airbenders escape custody from Earth Queen Hooting, causing tensions with the Earth Kingdom. Furthermore, he was the only airbender among his siblings until the harmonic convergence. On the United Republic Council, he represented the air nomads and took his leadership position very seriously. A traditionalist, Tenzin works hard to protect and pass on the teachings of the air nomads. He embodies the peace, calm, and spirituality of the air monks. As a master airbender, Tenzin struggles to connect with Korra due to their opposite personalities. While she is impulsive and unorthodox, he is patient and gentle. However, this mutual learning relationship strengthens both of them on their journey. The characters in the Avatar world have names inspired by various cultures, including China, Japan, Korea, India, Tibet, and Alaskan natives. The name Tenzin is a real Tibetan name, meaning defender of the teachings. It is a common name in Tibet and fits the character perfectly. Interestingly, the current Dalai Lama's name is Tenzin Gyatso. Monk Gyatso, seen in flashbacks in Avatar: The Last Airbender, was also named after this real-life monk. Avatar: The Legend of Korra, Tenzin's relationship with Aang and Korra. Tenzin was clearly Aang's favorite child, mainly because for a long time, he was one of the few and precious living airbenders. Although Avatar Aang loved all 3 of his children, the second season makes it clear that Tenzin held a special place in his father's heart. As he was the only airbender among the siblings, Aang spent a lot of time training him in airbending methods and spirituality. This caused resentment in his siblings, Kaya and Bumi, who felt their father's preference for Tenzin. Surprisingly, Tenzin never realized this resentment until many years later, when his siblings finally revealed their feelings. When Korra became the new Avatar, the only element she still needed to master was airbending. For this, she had Tenzin as her teacher. The training was full of challenges and frustrations, as Korra, accustomed to the freedom and carefree life in the Southern Water Tribe, faced the rigidity and discipline of airbending training. Tenzin, in turn, had to deal with Korra's impatience and impulsiveness, trying to guide her with wisdom and patience. Despite their differences, the two developed a strong mentor-pupil bond. Tenzin became not only an important mentor to Korra, but also a friend. When 2 people in a relationship disagree about starting a family, things can get complicated. This was the case for Tenzin and earthbending master Lin, Toph's daughter. After a long relationship, it came time to evaluate each other's priorities and goals. Lin did not want to have children, while Tenzin wanted to build a family. Due to this difference, they ended their relationship. Shortly after, Tenzin married Pema, who had confessed she was in love with him. Together, Tenzin and Pima had 4 children: Jinora, Ikki, Milo, and Rohan, all airbenders. Tenzin is a monk, but this is not always reflected in his personality. Among his energetic family, being the head of the new air nomad nation, and being Korra's teacher, not to mention dealing with his brother Bumi, Tenzin sometimes loses his temper. It's understandable given all that he has to bear, and it shows that he is only human. He and Korra sometimes even have shouting matches, just like Aang once did with Toph. However, Tenzin is also very stubborn, and once he makes a decision, it takes a lot of convincing to change his mind. During Book 3, Change, the insidious Red Lotus organization sprang into action, destroying the Earth Kingdom and eliminating the tyrannical Earth Queen. The leader of the Red Lotus, Zahir, captured all the airbenders, including Tenzin's family, as leverage against Korra, their ultimate target. Despite the extreme danger, Tenzin faced Zahir in a duel of airbending masters, and almost won until Zahir's allies pressured him. Tenzin fought bravely as a true hero until he was captured as well. He is special not only because he is the spiritual guide and master of Avatar Korra, but also because he is the only airbending master born in a period of 100 years. For this reason, he is the oldest airbending master in the legend of Korra. His wisdom allows him to help and advise Korra in her battles against villains like Lord Izumi and Unalaq. Interestingly, Tenzin's older brother, Bumi, was born a non-bender, but after the convergence, he developed airbending abilities. If he fully developed his abilities, he could be considered the oldest airbending master, but Tenzin will always hold the title of being the oldest naturally born airbending master. Although Tenzin does not share Unalaq's style of spiritual mastery, he is quite versed in the ways of the spirit world and the spirits that walk among mortals. In fact, he was Korra's primary source of knowledge about all this. Tenzin skillfully taught Jinora and Korra how to navigate the spirit world, and was delighted when Korra opened the bridge between the spirit world and the mundane world. The decision was Korra's, but Tenzin approved of the outcome. For a time, the entire air nomad civilization consisted only of Tenzin and his 4 children, but everything changed when Korra opened the spirit portals. The spirits helped restore balance, granting airbending to many people, including Bumi, and they needed a teacher quickly. That teacher was Tenzin. Tenzin dedicated every minute of his time to finding and recruiting all these new airbenders scattered around the world. He sentimentally wished that his father, Aang, could have lived to see this. Later, Tenzin borrowed ideas from Bumi and became a firm instructor for all these new airbenders. Many characters in Avatar have personal flaws to overcome, and Tenzin is no exception. He has to deal with his insecurity about his abilities as an airbending master, fearing that he has not lived up to his legendary father, Aang. Tenzin hid this insecurity well, but he was forced to confront it in the Fog of Lost Souls, where he faced the image of his father. In that moment, Tenzin was almost brought to tears as he opened up about his deep fears. However, the illusion of Aang helped him overcome these fears, giving him a new confidence. After this confrontation, Tenzin was mentally reborn, with all his doubts disappearing. This gave him the determination needed to escape the fog with his brother and sister, becoming a better and more self-assured man. I hope you enjoyed the video, and comment on what else you'd like to see here on the channel.